Episode-2 The Forgotten Village. The forest was unusually quiet. Max Riley adjusted the focus on his camera, zooming in on the gnarled path ahead. "All right, guys," he said, turning the lens toward himself. "It's your boy, Max, and today we're doing something wild. We're going to explore what locals call Black Hollow. Supposedly, there used to be a village here, wiped off the maps sometime in the 1950s. No records. No photos. Just rumors." Behind him, his best friend and sound tech Lena Ford rolled her eyes. "If we die out here, because of your ghost-chasing obsession, I'm haunting you." "Noted," Max grinned. Their cameraman, Darius, checked the battery pack. "You're sure this place even exists?" "We've been walking for 3 hours. "It exists," Max said. "I've done my research. There's a pattern, 13 disappearances over the past 78 years. That's one every 6 years. Last one, June 13, 2012. This year marks the next cycle." He didn't tell them the rest, that each disappearance occurred in the same 10-day window, and that local hunters whispered of strange lights and voices luring people into the woods. They moved deeper into the undergrowth. Trees twisted like arthritic fingers overhead. Birds no longer sang. A dense fog rolled in, softening the edges of the world. Lena shivered. "The light just changed. You feel that?" Max nodded. "Yeah. This is it." They broke through the last line of trees and froze. Ahead stood a cluster of dilapidated cottages, moss-choked wells, and shattered fences. A crooked church steeple pierced the sky like a broken bone. The entire village was hidden in a sunken hollow, nearly invisible from the outside. Darius blinked. "No way." The village looked frozen in time. "Not old, just forgotten." "Start rolling," Max said, descending the slope. As they passed the boundary, the air grew heavier, thicker. The woods fell completely silent. Inside the village, signs of life appeared, toys left in the dirt, rusted tricycles, a wheelbarrow full of rotted apples. But there was no one. No sounds. Just emptiness. Max knelt beside a mailbox marked Wells, brushing away lichen. Inside, a letter sat untouched, the ink barely faded. "To the ones who come when we are gone, turn back before the 13th night. The village does not like strangers. And it always takes one. Always. M. Wells." Max's throat tightened. This wasn't just a ghost town. It was a trap. Night 1. They set up camp in the largest structure, an old inn with cracked windows and a reception bell that still rang. Lena insisted they stay no longer than a day. Darius agreed. But Max had already decided he'd stay until the 13th night if it meant uncovering the truth. That night, they heard whispers outside. Darius, bleary-eyed, claimed he saw lights moving between the trees. Lena screamed when she found a doll on her pillow, the same one she saw earlier in the village schoolhouse. None of them had brought it inside. Night 2. Max explored the chapel. Inside, strange symbols lined the walls, the same spiral-eyed carvings from another case he had studied. A half-burned book rested on the altar. He opened it. One name was scrawled in blood-red ink. Emily Carter. He froze. That was the missing girl from a case in upstate New York, the farmhouse incident. He'd seen it in a police database. No body was ever found. Just drawings. A child. A pit. A red eye. "What the hell is this place?" he whispered. Night 3 to 5. Time shifted. Their watches stopped. The sun set early. Trees changed position. Lena began speaking in her sleep, repeating a phrase over and over. "The road is ash. The soil remembers." They tried to leave on day 5. The trail was gone. Every direction led back to the chapel. They weren't alone anymore. Night 6. Darius vanished during the night. His camera was found outside the inn, still recording. The footage showed him walking outside, whispering, "She's in the well. She's waiting." Then static. Max lowered the camera and looked at Lena. "We need to end this. Tonight." Night 7. They followed Darius's trail to the old well. Lena peered inside. Max. At the bottom, barely visible, was a girl in a nightgown, pale, unmoving. "Emily." They pulled up the rusted bucket. It came up empty, but the rope was wet. Something had touched it. That night, Lena disappeared. Night 8. Max was alone. The fog was thicker. The village had changed, houses stood straighter. Fresh footprints appeared in the mud. Children's laughter echoed faintly through the trees. The church bell rang at midnight, though no one touched it. Inside the inn, Max found dozens of photos pinned behind a loose wall panel, photos of people who had vanished over the decades. One of them was him. Night 9. He awoke in the schoolhouse. He didn't remember how he got there. Carved into the chalkboard were the words, 13 nights. One must remain. The village was alive. Feeding. Remembering. Night 10. The final letter appeared on his pillow. "You were always meant to come here. You are the storyteller. Your story ends where it began." The listener. Max understood. The village wasn't just a place, it was a living memory. It needed new tales. New endings. Someone had to stay to carry the memory forward. And someone always did. 13 years later. A young hiker stumbles upon a strange village deep in the woods. It doesn't appear on any map. Inside the inn, she finds a camera. The last video is of a man sitting by the chapel, smiling faintly. He whispers, "Welcome. I've been waiting."